Public servant. We hear this word on a day-to-day basis. Do you know what it means? Did you know that in a case, the Supreme Court has mentioned that even ministers and chief ministers are also public servants? Name of that case is Karunanidhi versus Union of India. Let's see who else can be considered a public servant. Today, we will understand who is a public servant under IPC. The word public servant is described under section 21 of the Indian Penal Code. This section does not give a definition but gives a list of people who can be considered public servants. That means a person can be a public servant under some other law even if it is not part of the list that we are going to look at. It was also decided in a case called Naresh Kumar Madan versus State of Madhya Pradesh. Let's look at the list and understand. 1. Every officer in the military, navy or air force is a public servant. 2. Every judge and every officer of a court of justice who has a duty to investigate a matter, report on a matter, to verify any document, to take charge or dispose of any property, to execute any judicial process, to administer any oath or to interpret or preserve court orders is a public servant. In one of the cases, the Supreme Court mentioned that judges of High Court and Supreme Court are also public servants. We have made a separate video on who is a judge and what is a court of justice. Link is given in the description. You can watch that video as well. 3rd, every juryman, assessor or a member of the panchayat that assist a court of justice is a public servant. 4th, every arbitrator or any person to whom any matter is referred for a decision by a court of justice or by any competent public authority. To tell you in simple words, an arbitrator usually means an impartial third party who settles the dispute out of courts. 5th, a person who has a power by law to put or keep a person in confinement or jail is a public servant. 6th, every government officer that has a duty to prevent crimes, give information on offences, to catch offenders, to protect the public health, safety is also a public servant. 7th, every officer that has a duty to take, receive, keep, expand any property on behalf of the government is a public servant. Every officer that has a duty to investigate any matter that affects government interest, or to make any survey of villages, districts, etc., or to levy tax is a public servant. 8th, a person who has powers to prepare, revise, publish and maintain electoral rolls or to conduct elections is also a public servant. 9th, a person that is in government service or on government pay for performance of any public duty, that is also a public servant. Now we have just looked at the list of people that can be considered public servants for the purpose of IPC. Remember that the definition of public servant is wider in the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Over the course of time, a lot of other people have been considered to be public servants under various case laws. I've included that list along with the relevant case in the description. You can go through the list if you're interested. I hope you like this video. You can follow us on YouTube and Instagram for more educational content. Thank you.